Over the past 20 years, a lot of things have changed in the waterfowl world. Our standard of excellence isn't one of them. We have been proudly family owned and operated since 1999. GK calls. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best.
Hey, Chris Zaldain, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro here, hanging out with Michiana Outdoors. And let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you're idling over a point, idling over a ditch or a ledge, and you see a bunch of grass down there and maybe a couple fish on it or a school of yellow perch, and you put the trolling motor down and you catch a few on a crankbait or throw your jig out there, your Texas rig out there, catch a few on it, and then they stop biting? Well, I got an option for you guys, and it's a drop shot. Okay, yeah, drop shot. Most guys think a drop shot is only for smallmouth, when there's gobies around, or, in the fall when you're drop shotting straight down on the schools of fish on the graph. Next time you're on a school like that, when the crankbait bite dies or the Texas rig bite dies, whatever it might be, man, throw that drop shot in there with like an 18 to 20 inch leader. Earlier this year on Lake Cayuga up north there, I had a third place finish up there fishing in a group. There was another guy around me and we were catching the snot out of him. While he was throwing a Texas rig, I would come up right behind him and throw that drop shotted dream shot on it was a Texas rig, of course, down there when those weeds were anywhere from a foot tall to 3 feet tall. But it's just a great option when those fish are out a little bit deeper. There may be yellow perch around. There's fish there. They stop biting the traditional stuff. It is hard to beat a long leader drop shot like this, and the most important factor to this drop shot setup and how I placed third up there at Cayuga is that style weight right there. And that right there is called a cylindrical style weight, and it's like a cylinder, of course, and it's able to go through all those little grass stems and things like that real nice. It's got a real nice arrow shape to it, and I'm not dropping down on these fish. In that particular tournament I located these fish in anywhere from 14 to 22 feet of water with real patchy grass around, and I was able to cast this real long drop shot to those little grass patches. And what would happen is the grass patches here like this, and that cylindrical style weight would just barely feather over the top of that grass. But if it so happened to fall through that grass, that extra long leader would still have that worm suspended in that fish's face right there. So that cylindrical style weight in conjunction with that super long leader makes that dream shot all that more deadly. So again, the next time you're out there fishing that deeper grass, try a long shot, I like to call it. Again, and the other thing was I beefed up my drop shot rod a little bit. I went from a drop shot rod to a shaky head rod. Shaky head rods are made for that Texpose style of worm. When you got to drive that hook through the plastic, that shaky head style of rod did a better job, in my opinion. 20-pound braided line, Seaguar Smackdown braided line to a 10-pound Seaguar Tatsu leader, and I tie about an 8-foot leader on there, and then again that 18 to 20 inch regular drop shot leader. 2500 series reel, Shimano Sustain, 6-to-1 gear ratio. When those fish bit it, I was able to reel down, pick up the slack, and actually hit them with it. It wasn't a reel type set like with the exposed hook drop shots. It's a Texas rig drop shot, so I actually hit them pretty hard, almost like a jig bite. Reel down the slack, hit them hard. That long shot, check it out the next time you find them schooled up out deep in the grass.